G'day, ZiggyD here with another Path of Exile guide. In today's video I'm going to be talking about farming uniques, but also farming Chaos Orbs, the Chaos Orb vendor recipe, because the two things, they kind of blend into the same process and the same idea. So, there's three ways that you can get uniques in Path of Exile. You can have them drop simply from a mob, and that's the way I've found most of my uniques, simply in the process of leveling a couple of characters up from 0 to level 50 or 60. I've probably found 5 to 6 uniques, and that, that sort of 1.5 to 2 uniques per leveling a character isn't that unusual. Of course, the gods of RNG can either smile on you and hand you multiple uniques from the same mob, or they can give you none in the process of leveling multiple characters, which actually happen to be in closed beta, so don't be too worried if you haven't seen any yet. So that's the first method. The second method is using Chance Orbs. I don't believe I have any. I do actually have some Chance Orbs. Now, Chance Orbs have a chance, albeit a small chance, of turning an item, a white item, into a unique. Now that depends on what unique you'll get on the actual white item that you roll. And if you roll a white item that doesn't have a unique associated with it, you can't get a unique. So that means you have to use it on things like the Onyx Amulet to roll the Antivarius Amulet. So you can only roll uniques based on, the base item of an actual type of unique. So it's a good idea to do a bit of research on the types of uniques you want before trying to use Chance Orbs to do them. The third way is to buy them. So basically save up your currency, get your Chaos Orbs and your GCPs, and buy the uniques you need or that you want. So in this video I'm going to be talking a bit about a process of farming uniques specifically from drops, but also of getting Chaos Orbs, which lends into that third way of getting the uniques, the actual buying them. So some required knowledge, I guess some required reading for this video is to know the Chaos Orb vendor recipe. I've actually covered that in another video, and I'll make sure to link that in the description below. But basically, one item, one rare of each slot sold to the vendor translates into a Chaos Orb. So now before I move on, I want to just say that you can't specifically farm for specific uniques. You can't really even kill a certain monster that gives you uniques. The only things you can do to influence the uniques you'll get and the chance of getting uniques is stacking item rarity, which improves the chance of an item that does drop rolling unique, so items like this that have increased rarity, or stacking item quantity, so items like this, or the increased item quantity support gem, or there's some other uniques and things that do provide increased item quantity and increased item rarity. So that's the first way of influencing your chance of getting a unique. Basically, when an item drops, so the game determines that killing this monster is going to give you an axe. Then what happens is it rolls down from a unique, so it says, is this a unique? And then, it says no, it rolls down to a rare. 6 property rare, 5 property rare, 4 property rare, 2 property magic, 1 property magic, white. And I think maybe the quality rating also fits in there somewhere. But basically the game rolls down like that. Stacking a lot of rarity increases the chances of rolling one of those higher tiers, and stacking quantity increases the chance that that item will drop in the first place. So stacking a lot of both is the best way to ensure an increased amount of uniques, but also an increased amount of rares, which helps a lot with that Chaos Orb vendor recipe. The other way is making sure that you're farming content that is of a high enough level to get the uniques that you want. So a silver branch can drop anywhere in the game. It's a level 1 unique item. However, if you want like a level 50 unique item, then you're going to have to farm somewhere in Merciless to be able to do it. So the most common way that people actually farm uniques now, that I've seen, a lot of people who stack a lot of rarity, is to farm particularly easy content generally. Content that can be repeated very quickly and very easily while stacking as much rarity and quantity as possible. And usually it involves some sort of boss in a way, or a unique mob. So the technique I'm going to be showing off here is Hillock. So this can be done in either Cruel or Merciless. It can't be done in Normal, however, because there's no waypoint in Normal. But if we take a look here, and I'll do it in Merciless since I'm in Merciless anyway, and we'll enter a new instance there. And you can just repeat this same Twilight Strand run to kill Hillock each time. And if you're stacking enough rarity and quantity, the chances of getting just rare items is pretty good, which means you can start saving up rare items for that Chaos Orb vendor recipe. And you also have a small chance of getting unique items. Now basically in Merciless around here, the zone level is 52, so that encompasses a fairly large amount of the uniques. If you're looking for a high level unique, then you're probably going to have to do something like Merciless Vile, and Vile is a popular one to do, especially in normal mode, because it's quite easy to do Vile runs in normal mode. But the idea is basically you just get to these enemies as quickly as possible, kill them as quickly as possible, and stack as much item rarity and item quantity as you can. And also try not to die, because that's going to slow you down. So I got an alchemy orb there, that's not a bad haul from that. Didn't get any rares or anything, but an alchemy orb is worth it in itself. So that's another point of interest, I guess, is that stacking a lot of item quantity also means that you're going to get a lot more incidental currency as well. Currency is subject to drop penalties as you out-level content, so that'll happen less and less as you do lower and lower level content, but things like rares and unique drops aren't subject to any penalties whatsoever, so you can farm lower level content really quickly with lots of rarity and quantity mods, and you can get lots of items doing that. And that is a great way to farm just the Chaos Orbs as well. You're seeing a lot of people running now like Cruel Hillock or Normal Vile, just as quickly as possible, stacking as much of those mods as possible just to fill out these rare sets. That's a great thing to do if you have like a lot of stash space and time to do that sort of thing. So just to follow up for people that have missed it, because there's always people who have missed this, to refresh that instance to run it again immediately, you simply control click on the instance there, and it brings up the instance manager, and you can hit a new one, and then you can go kill Hillock again, and that takes like less than a minute each time to do, and it will be faster as you make a more and more powerful character. So what are the key points to take away from this? You can't farm specifically for unique items or for specific unique items. However, you can influence the ones that are available to you by farming the appropriate level content. There's a unique item compendium on the Path of Exile forums, which I'll link to in the description. I'll try and remember to do that. It shows off all of the uniques that have been found in the game so far. I think there's only one missing. But that'll allow you to see the base item level for each one. So basically, if you're looking for a level 40 unique, make sure you're not farming a level 30 zone or something like that. So that's the first point to know, is just about the level and that you can't actually specifically farm uniques. The second one is that the most important thing for getting uniques is killing something quickly that has a large amount of items drop, and stacking as much rarity and quantity as you can. So that means farming easier content so that you can do that. And Hillock's a great choice for that. Vile's also very popular, but any sort of unique mob is also a good choice if you find a run that you find enjoyable to do. And then I guess the final point is to increase your uniques per hour, is just to make sure you're also picking up and leaving rares unidentified as well. Eventually, as you get these unidentified sets of low-level rares, essentially, they're slowly going to translate into Chaos Orbs, which will also slowly then again translate into more unique items for you. So hopefully you guys have found this pretty helpful, and if you're keen to just do a bit more farming and you really enjoyed that side of the game, like, you know, collecting up uniques and stacking that item rarity and quantity and killing those bosses and having those loot explosions, then hopefully you've learned a few things here that can help you out. Anyway, until next time, I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.